Hey Taurus, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We have officially moved to Virgo season, also Earth energy. It's a nice shift for sure. Coming from Leo season, which is fire, it was a really good time to invest in ourselves, like in our pride, our courage, our strength, in terms of like what we're trying to set out to do, right? Actually believing that we have what is necessary to accomplish and achieve our goals, essentially. Sometimes that can really bring up a combative energy though, like where everybody's fighting or trying to be on top, etc. And I feel like that's been part of the tension we've been moving through as a collective. So Virgo season gives us more balance. It focuses on our health, on our well-being, the way that we approach balance in our life, right? That value of rest, rejuvenation, restoration, coupled with activity. We need both aspects. When we don't take time to rest and rejuvenate, well, then our output's just not that good, you know? Ayurveda is really built around that belief. Well, it's preventative care, preventative holistic wellness, but it's also that idea that when you set a strong foundation for yourself, you're just able to do what you need to do, right? Like you're able to achieve your goals, your dreams, your desires, etc., because you have a really solid foundation, because you know yourself, you're connecting with self essentially. And that's what Virgo energy, Virgo season is all about. We've had a lot go on. There's a lot shifting and changing as we speak. It makes some of navigating those twists and turns a little bit difficult. That's why I like to start off with a energy cleansing, just to set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out those places where we might feel blocked or limited, maybe not able to see the bigger picture, not really understanding why we keep coming into that proverbial brick wall. This helps kind of break up the energy a little bit. It's also a really good time to set your own intention, especially if you've come in with something on your heart. Definitely give that over to spirit, be open to receive. It's a really great way to personalize these collective readings. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are just looking for that realignment of self, your mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're having that strong foundation, like I said, that's really where we connect with manifesting our happiness, our abundance, our dreams, desires, etc. And this is the time of life to do that. Really get clear on what we want life to look like for us for the next 18, 20 years or so, i.e. Pluto in Aquarius, bringing more balance, peace, harmony into our life. And I would love to help support in whatever way possible, Taurus. Definitely hit me up if you're interested. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into this. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fear, doubt, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly, and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama Love. Ooh, very smoky. All right, I feel like what I was hearing, Taurus, for you is you're walking really intentionally, meaning the steps that you're taking, the ways that you're kind of planning, strategizing for the future is just that. It's strategy. You're being really cautious, and not in a fearful way, but in a conscientious way. And I'm also seeing you getting rid of, weeding out things along the way, like as you're taking your time, as you are pushing forward in a certain direction. Yeah, I love this. You're taking your time to like weed things out along the way, right? Like you're not just blind or blindly looking at something and giving it a hall pass. You're actually deciding to educate yourself a little bit more this week, or you can't avoid certain knowledge. It's a learning lesson, yes, or maybe a learning experience is better, because it's not like you're moving through a lesson. I feel like wherever you're at right now, I'm hearing you're like protecting your space, protecting your peace, protecting your sanity. You've done some level of cleansing, releasing, removing. It could be from a space or a source of physical pain, or just something that like put a whole new perspective that was like painful, that was difficult to watch, difficult to go through. But now you're in a place where, yeah, 100%. I love this energy of soon, because it's spirit promising that like you're moving in the right direction. I know that's like a little bit cliche or ambiguous, but at the same time, I feel like it's helping you, right? Like it's helping you gain the clarity that you need as you're moving forward. And especially because I feel like spirit does want you to practice that value of being intentional, being mindful, not being so willy-nilly, and also allowing the process. I'm hearing this as submitting to the process of how things are unfolding. We often, there's been this theme, especially with the planet Mars in the astrology, where it has slowed things down. We also have 3 planets plus Chiron in retrograde right now. Retrogrades do slow things down. Okay, there's that double confirmation on that physical pain. So topically, it just looks like you're dealing with someone or something that is going to require a level of forgiveness. And I feel like it looks like you've done some cleansing, like I said, cleaning of your space, mental, emotional, physical. And maybe this is a little bit of a waiting game, or you feel like you're in a waiting game, or you've gotten things accomplished to the point that you can, and now you're waiting to see what the results are or how the results are shaking out. This is part of where that education is coming into play. Relationships, partnerships are being highlighted for you all across the board, not just romantic in nature. But it looks like you're learning who and what is really authentically, truly working together. Because that's where I feel like spirit is slowing you down a little bit with this submission. And please don't hear it in a negative way. It's not like you're submitting or, something ominous like that. Like I said, I'm hearing it more as a slowing down, submitting to the process, especially where it is taking a little bit longer, because it does feel like it's filling in the gaps. It's filling in the gaps. And then I feel like it is highlighting where some of this pain has been like a obstruction. Like this feels like whatever this pain is, like I said, it can be, a place that your body is holding on to tension, frustration, etc. It can be as simple as that. Or it's pain that you're receiving from an experience, from a person's situation. I feel like the information that's coming in is going to help identify that. It's going to help put better understanding on some of the process, some of what you've went through, some of where you do need to, or it will be given, the opportunity will be given for you to forgive someone, forgive a situation, release it. We're doing a lot of releasing right now with the transition, Pluto moving into Aquarius. You're looking at everything with a really diplomatic perspective this week, coming in as the King of Swords. Like, you're just very analytical is how it looks. And I feel like that's being matched. Your energy is being matched to whomever, whatever surrounds you. There is something that you feel like you have to protect yourself from, because as much as you've been garnering or creating space so that you can have this abundance. It looks like there are some things that are lingering, loose ends that are still hanging that need to be cleaned up eventually. I don't see that happening this week, because this week looks like it's more about identifying whatever some of this obstruction is, whatever is kind of getting in your way. And the number 29 breaks down to 11. So to me, it really looks, again, it's this highlighting of where people, situations, or just types of environments, the energy of an environment that you're dealing with is actually, it's like counterintuitive for you, for your mental, emotional well-being. But because you are in this self-protected mode, it's hard to see that, because you're able to look at everything very rationally. You understand a lot of different vantage points. And there is a part of you that is willing to work on or work with whomever you need to work with. Even if they're not giving you a big offer, whatever you're receiving is enough, right? Like, you have enough of something from someone to keep you connected to them on some level. Okay, let's see what this is about, but let's see why. I'm not sure that this connection is a positive thing. It might be a little bit of trauma bonding. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, like something can't get over something. 8 of Wands, and it looks like a lot of this comes out. Again, this is clarifying this education card. So I feel like you have some communication going on with someone that is starting to fill in the gaps, bring in some knowledge. It might not be something or someone that you want to deal with, because this is the other side of this submit energy, where maybe you're just a little bit hesitant. You're hesitant to see something for what it actually is. And perhaps because it feels like something either you wanted to create a boundary from in the past, or maybe you're just looking at it topically, or someone is trying to get you to kind of submit to submit to their will, and you're picking that up. Queen of Wands, resilience. Okay, let's clarify this. Okay, Queen of Wands with the 4 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the Death card. Okay, so someone has a very specific idea on how you should do things. And I feel like you're getting pushback from this Queen of Wands energy. Or Queen of Wands has a very specific idea on what you should be doing. And it looks like you might be trying out your own way of doing things. Again, it could be someone that wants you to do it their exact same way. But this is also, the more you give yourself a little bit of freedom, it might mean that you can't be open and transparent with someone, because the Queen of Wands is on the defensive, right? They want something to change. They want something to be different. They don't like how something is. And so, like I said, that's kind of where I'm getting this value of them forcing their agenda. And these might be multiple different people, different situations that you're dealing with. Because one situation is waiting to see how things play out. You have a new opportunity that you're hesitant about, or it can be a revival of something old. But it looks like you're a little hesitant about, you feel like you need to self-protect. And again, that's kind of where I'm seeing this Queen of Wands playing an influence. I am intuitive. I know that all the wisdom I need to make the right decision lies within me. Sometimes, so often, and not just sometimes, so often we have to listen to our intuition, and we forget how valuable that is, right? Like, really Intuition brings peace, it brings understanding. Even if it is a hard understanding to come to grips with, your soul still feels peaceful at the awareness that is being brought to it, you know? And I feel like that's what you're struggling with a little bit here, right? It goes back to this physical pain. It's easy to kind of turn a blind eye or avoid something right now because someone wants you to. But realistically, your intuition is speaking to exactly what you need. I am trusting the process. I love this confirmation. I know that everything aligns for my highest good. So when we are open to that understanding, when we do surrender, when we do submit to the process, that's really where beautiful things unfold. It is the magic. As cheesy or annoying as that can be, after we move through the process, we see where we were taken, what we went through, what we learned. Like, it's really beautiful and super magical because we are always supported. And that is that part of trust, of surrender that Spirit is asking you to do now. I'm allowed to have bad days, 100%. I know that sometimes I will feel heavy and disappointed, and that's okay too. And I feel like that's part of where this is playing out, right? Whatever this is that you feel like you might not be able to be honest, open and honest with someone, is actually helping heal some of this physical pain, right? You can't control other people, what they want you to do, or else you're living your life for them, you know? And really, it's about living your life for you, Taurus. I know you know that. I'm not trying to be patronizing, I promise. You're just learning, you're understanding this on a deeper level this week, and I totally love that for you. You totally deserve it. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. No, it blesses my heart, and I am sending those love and blessings back to you.